In 2013, FETAC approved the Dún Laoghaire VEC programme at level 2. I don't know if there's not many of you here from Dún Laoghaire, or what was Dún Laoghaire VEC, but having that level 2 programme, and they shared that programme nationally, and having that gave us, I suppose, the opportunity to find a route, I suppose, for accreditation for our learners for the Learning Through Gardening course. So 5 parts of the shared programme formed the basis for our Learning Through Gardening course. But this, I suppose, when we actually started putting it in bullet points, it sounds like it's very fluid and it just happens very nicely in steps. And actually, there was lots of times that we were almost in a fog around it, to be honest, and we were trying to get all of this to, fit nicely together. But it was a great team, because it was a team of the tutors, and they're going to talk about their experience, and the tutors actually testing it and using it with learners and making sure that it meets learners' needs, because that's what's critical. This has to be learner-centred. It has to meet the learners' needs. There's the FETAC resource worker who did that fantastic job for us of mapping the work that had been done against the programme that was available nationally. As County ALO, I had the job of finding funding to do this and trying to manage it within and actually advocate within the organisation, for developing this course. And we had an ALO in Killarney who had the vision day one to actually test this programme, because I suppose when it started out, it didn't start out as let's develop an accredited programme or let's develop a course that links with an accredited programme. It started out as let's find something that will help our learners learn in a way, that a themed way, so that they're learning, they're developing their maths, their numeracy skills, they're developing their literacy skills, and let's find a nice, safe environment for them to do that, where they find it enjoyable, they have fun, and they learn. And that ALO, Mary Concannon, had great vision in terms of working with the local community, working with the group of learners, working with the tutors, and letting everybody flourish and develop something.
Everybody here, I'm sure, realises that learners learn much better when they are interested in what they're learning about. So that would be one reason why we chose gardening, apart from the fact that I'm very interested in gardening, and so is the local ALO. The centre already had a tunnel which had been set up by Gortbrack Organic Farm, who were working with different centres in the county. They were beginning to. So the tunnel was there. People had an interest in the gardening, and just working with it, we kind of realised that all maths and communication skills can be taught through gardening. I don't know of any that we couldn't wangle in some way. So the learner profile, which was mentioned earlier, another thing about gardening is it has a very wide learner profile. Obviously it's not for everyone, but you can link it into most people that way. I'm going to show you, first of all, just some of the worksheets where we try to integrate across the different skills areas. This is just one we picked, one we quite like, but as you see, you've got reading, you've got the gardening interest, and you've got sequencing. Okay, so just that one in. This particular worksheet was very important to us because we were able to use it initially for the gardening, what's the weather like? Numeracy, we would read temperatures, we'd write the date. Then you've got your writing with filling in here, and of course IT. Colleague Elaine actually designed a worksheet that could be completed online. So that ticks lots of boxes for the IT part of the course. Okay. Again, we did tend to, as we've been using this programme, we have adapted this worksheet to suit various learners. We often let them decide what the content of the worksheet will be themselves. Okay. The development of the course. Important factors needed for development. Firstly, openness, honesty, and sharing of ideas. Aoife's just mentioned that we met with Elaine all those years ago, and I can still remember her saying, colour is really important. We carried that flag. To be honest with people and share ideas. The collaboration was very important. The FETAC resource worker, the county ALO, our local ALO, and the tutors. It was important that we all worked together there. The tutors, Elaine and myself, come from totally different backgrounds. I have an art and design background, and Elaine has an IT background.
I'm going to show you more examples of the worksheets we developed, and you can see clearly why using images, clip arts, photographs, whatever, enhances the learner's experience. Be very clear about learning outcomes. At the start, devise the templates that you will use throughout. So I think we really found it important to agree, the fonts, the size of the fonts, if you were using tables, and just the impact of all of that. Learn how to insert and to format them, play around with the worksheets. Check content, grammar, and layout. So this is an example of a worksheet, and it's, I suppose, asking learners to, think about what parts of plants do you eat, or do they eat. And you can imagine the difference if we took away the vegetables from the end of the worksheet. Would you agree? If they weren't there, it would be a very different worksheet to give to a learner. Another worksheet is safety colour and signs. So again, it's just trying to illustrate the importance of using colour and again, enhancing the learner's experience. Parts of a computer system. Again, Jane mentioned, I suppose, that my background is IT. So the IT modules, we would have developed various worksheets. But also these worksheets could be used in the writing or the reading module. So just by spending time creating a worksheet, say a worksheet like this, it can also help a learner achieve a learning outcome in the writing award, in the reading award, if that makes sense to people. And again, using images, I think the worksheets speak for themselves.